Welcome to Adobe DITAWORLD 2021, the world's biggest data online conference for digital marketing and technical communication specialists. My name is Stefan Gens. I'm the Adobe Senior Worldwide Evangelist for Technical Communication at Adobe for about 6 years now. And I will be your host and moderator for the next 3 days. And with me in the room is Matt Sullivan, my co-host and co-moderator. Welcome,
Good morning.
Matt. Good morning, Matt. We will start with a welcome note from Jack Molisani, and I really think that name is like the name of a magician, and Jack is a magician. He runs LavaCon, one of the greatest technical communication and marketing conferences in the past physically, last time virtually in North America. And he's also the CEO of ProSpring Staffing, and he will give the welcome note and give us a quick introduction to the day and inspire us with a few words. And then we hand over to the keynote from Ishita Grover, the marketing director of Cisco. And she will inspire us with her keynote. And then we have a great agenda ahead. And I will talk about that later and mute myself now and hand over to Jack. So Jack, the stage is all yours.
Well, thank you. That was a very nice introduction. I don't need my slides now, but I am the president of ProSpring Technical Staffing, an agency that specializes in content professionals. Connect with me on LinkedIn, because when I get a new job in, the first place I look is my first degree connections. As Stefan said, I am also the producer of the LavaCon conference on content strategy, and I'm the author of Be the Captain of Your Career, a new approach to career planning and advancement, which hit #5 on Amazon's career and resume bestseller list. And we'll come back to this slide at the end of the presentation. Okay, so in this presentation, we're gonna have a little bit of fun, talk about some project and career advice, and there's gonna be a few pop culture references that, depending on where you live, you may or may not have seen yet. So there'll be plenty of opportunities after the conference to catch up if you haven't seen those pop culture references. Let's get started. One thing documentation managers tell me quite often is their writers or the content developers are really good at what they do, but they don't often take the initiative, seek out new opportunities. How can we be doing our jobs better, faster, implement new technologies like data, reduce translation costs? So a bit of advice for both how to advance your project but also your careers. Be proactive. Seek out new opportunities. All right, you may have heard the phrase carpe diem, which is Latin for seize the day. The other day, I heard an even better expression, carpe postestatum, which is seize the opportunity. Now, to me, carpe postestatum also sounds like one of those spells in Harry Potter, carpe postestatum. So I keep a little magic wand on my desk just to remind me to seize that opportunity, and I suggest you do the same. Okay. Oftentimes, some other organization or department in your company will start a content initiative, and you go, no, wait. You're the content professional. So you should say, let me run that. Let me help with that. And another one of my pop culture references that I love are the seagulls in the movie Finding Nemo. Whenever they say food, they go, mine. So I kind of approach my job the same way. If I see an opportunity and go, oh, let me help with that. Oh, let me run that. It'll make you visible. It'll advance your career, and you can apply those hard-won tech-com skills that we've worked so hard to gain over the years. So, mine. Okay, so let's bring this a little closer to home. When you start a project, someone tells you to do something. One of my favorite sayings is from David Dylan Thomas, who just came out with a book designed for cognitive bias. He says, start with the why. Why are we doing this? What are you trying to accomplish? Is there a better way to do that? So start with the why, and then do a gap analysis. Look at where you are versus where you want to be and decide what it takes to get there. By identifying your gap, you can take out what you don't want, add what you do want, and eventually you'll get to where you want to be. If you've never read this book, I highly recommend it, The Chronicles of Amber by Roger Zelazny. In this book, the author postulates that there are an infinite number of worlds, and the princes of Amber can move through those worlds, but they don't dematerialize poof here and rematerialize there poof. What they do is they start walking, and they say they want to go from the beach to the mountains. They visualize what they want to see next. So maybe they go over a sand dune and say, now I'll see grass. And they walk over the sand dune and there's grass. Okay, I'm going to turn the corner and there's going to be trees. And they turn the corner, there's trees. And they said, okay, in a minute, it's going to get colder. And it gets colder. And eventually they end up where they're going. And I say this is a perfect analogy for both a project and your career. Start out walking, you know where you're going. Start taking out the things you don't like, add in the things you do, and eventually both the project and your career will end up where you want to go. Okay? All right, I'm going to back up one more slide. One of the other piece of advice is, I guarantee you, let's take interviewing. If you're interviewing with 5 different people for a job, each person is looking for something different, right? So if you've ever been on an interview and they said, tell me about you, I used to say, tell me a little bit about what you're looking for so I'll have a context in which to answer your questions. Well, the same thing holds true in a project, whether it's a data project, a technical writing project, a marketing project, is you have a stakeholder with whom you are working, and every one of them is looking for something different. And if you don't ask that stakeholder what they're looking for, then you don't know how to deliver that. So part of this whole thing in my Chronicle of Amber analogy is you did the gap analysis. You know where you want to be in your career. You know where you want to be in a project. So I guarantee you the head of marketing is looking for something different than the head of IT. And it's your job to find out what they're looking for, to seek out those opportunities and grab hold and seize the day or seize the opportunity. All right. Now, I mentioned at the top of the presentation that I produced the LavaCon conference on content strategy. So I'm going to give away a free entrance to LavaCon to everybody who signs up, to one person who signs up for our LavaCon newsletter, which you can see at lavacon.org. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. But, yeah, wait, there's more. I believe in contests where everybody wins. So anybody who signs up for our newsletter will win a free e-copy of my book. So I like a little something I can do to give back. Adobe is my prime exclusive diamond sponsor of LavaCon. I can't say more about the TechCom suite and DITA and what Adobe is doing for the industry. So my way of giving back. All right. If you do want to attend my conference, you can register for, using the referral code DITAWORLD for $200 off conference tuition. And finally, reach out to me. You can reach me by email, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. And I know I'm a little bit ahead of schedule, but that's all I wanted to say. So I'm not going to ramble on. I'm just going to turn this back over to Stefan, and let's see what Ishita Grover, amazing director of marketing from Cisco Systems, has to say from a project standpoint. All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Jack. Very inspiring stuff. And thank you for being so generous and giving that conference pass away. Nice surprise.